a couple of. So now we are officially recording this meeting, and from a housekeeping point of view, I just wanted to let you know that we are in webinar mode, which means that your microphones are muted and that your cameras are off. What you see now are our panelists and Peter Kempen, our president, Anthony Callahan with membership, and Jeanette Sir Guerrero, who is our treasurer, will all be making presentations today. We will be calling for motions and seconders. And if you will use the chat function to enter your name when we call for a motion, if you want to move or if you want to second. We will also ask for discussion. So if you have a question about any of the motions being made or any of the topics we're discussing, feel free to enter that into the chat as well, and we'll address them. If it isn't related to the current agenda item, we'll take that to the end of the meeting, where we'll be doing all of those things under new business or call for questions. So I think that's all I have to say. And again, just note that the meeting is being recorded, and I'll pass it over to Peter for his welcome.
Great, thanks, Jill. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us, and welcome to our 2021 annual general meeting. Yeah, it continues to be a year of a lot of challenges and uncertainty for many businesses, and the Chamber is committed to working through these, and it has been committed throughout the year to work through these with you to not only turn the corner, but to come out of this stronger than ever. And so there's definitely seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm confident that Belleville as a community will thrive once things open up. You know, we've demonstrated that there is tremendous benefits to living and doing business here in this area, and with that comes a lot of opportunity. So really looking forward towards that. Chamber staff and the board have worked really hard to provide its members with updated information and valuable information, with which the members can make informed decisions and timely decisions on supports that are available and protocols, and how best to navigate through some of the many twists and turns that we've all faced in the past year. So it's been a challenge for the Chamber staff as well, but I think overall they've done a great job with that. You know, certainly as a region, we've shown that the measures taken and the sacrifices made by so many have resulted in many benefits that I think will serve us well going forward. Thank you so much to all the local businesses for your hard work and resiliency to find a way to keep moving forward. It's not only inspiring, but very motivating to want to support and do business with the folks that make this community the great place it is. And we've definitely done our part as a local business community, and certainly local businesses more than deserve our support. I also applaud our local politicians for their leadership in bringing us through a very challenging time. There have been a lot of very tough decisions required of them to balance a very real and serious health threat, and then also a very serious and real economic threat. And it's been a lot of tough decisions along the way. And although we may not have always made the right, got it right, I think overall they have done a great job getting us to where we are and putting us in a strong position to leverage that support and work together to get things back on track. So with that said, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the agenda for today's meeting. If I could ask for a motion.
Motion's been moved by Dale Horde.
Okay, could I have a seconder, please?
Seconder is Amber Darling from Trenval.
Okay, great, thank you. And if I could ask people in attendance to register their approval or opposition to that motion.
Oh, that's what we forgot to do as our test poll. Shoot.
That's okay. I'm going to launch the poll right now. You have 3 answers, yay, nay, or abstain. I'll give you just a few moments and I'll let you know when we are almost there. Just, there we are. I am about to end the poll as I don't vote and Jill doesn't vote. And okay, I'm ending the poll. Share the results, and we are 19 yay, 1 abstain.
The motion is passed, so thank you.
Okay, and stop. There we go.
Great, thank you. Nice to see that work.
You're telling me.
All right, so I'd like to ask for a motion to adopt the minutes from the previous 2020 AGM. If I could have a motion for that. Okay, so we've got a motion from Christina.
Christina
Wall.
has moved the motion and seconded by Wendy Keller.
Okay, and if I could again ask for you to register your.
The poll is now being launched. I'll give you a moment to vote. Okay. It looks like I'll just 1 second more.
We have 18. If we have, yeah, there's our 18.
There we go.
We have 20.
And there we go. And the 19 yay, 1 abstain. There you go. Download those results. And we're good to go.
Perfect, carried, good. All right, so next I'd like to call on Jill Raycroft to present CEO annual report, please.
Hey, thank you all, and thank you all for joining us today. While our AGM is meant to reflect the past year from 2020, holding the meeting in May provides an opportunity to update on some of the initiatives that have also taken place in the first half of the current year as well. In January, the board met for the 2nd year in a row for a board orientation that toggled between understanding the function through our bylaws and policy and procedure and strategic planning. As we continue to build on our strategic initiatives on how we can help business prosper through our pillars of connecting, representing, and sharing, the board has supported the activity of the Chamber on your behalf in a number of ways. The pandemic situation blurred the lines a bit as every connecting moment was about representing and sharing. We consistently provided weekly updates through the Chamber chat, direct email messages, or specialized notices to those who joined our COVID-19 group. We made very good use of our Zoom account and hosted multiple information sessions with a variety of experts prepared to support our members as we work through the constantly changing landscape of lockdowns, government programs, safety protocol, and reopening stages. For months, we kept all of our services available to any business, posted openings, closing, PPE supplier information on our website, and grew our audience through Facebook significantly with relevant updates and sharing of our members' details as well. In October 2020, we started directing our services more exclusively to our members. As our membership grows, so does our capacity to serve you. So it is important that we put some boundaries around who has access to them. That said, the recent launch of the rapid antigen testing program is open to any business interested in participating, and we can hope that those who are not members recognize the value and choose to join. The committees of the board have also developed successfully over the past year in spite of the lack of in-person meetings. In our information and advocacy sessions, we also learned more about what our membership needed. The Government Affairs Committee used this information to develop policy resolutions that were recently heard and approved at the provincial level, and we'll move on to those conversations at Queen's Park. We've also used this to support the same kind of process as we move towards the deadline for the Canadian Chamber Conference. The membership committee has supported the local M2M program, and Lisa is connecting with members who can offer local savings that we can extend to all employees of our members. Many thanks to those of our businesses who are participating. And with the launch of our digital membership card, we hope you'll pass on the benefits of membership to your staff. We are also engaged in developing outreach and mentoring programs, recognizing they also add value to the need to be a part of the solution to inclusion in our increasingly diverse community. And our hope that increased migration to this area will also help with the ongoing labor shortage. The governance committee was formed to finalize the details required for the accreditation application. In so doing, we have a long list of things to build on, and they are now developing a terms of reference and conferring on the policy and procedures to support the organization, as well as refining the skills matrix and the sector representation for board nomination and committee participation. The accreditation application was completed and filed in April. With governance and membership working together in this way, we look forward to the advocacy work becoming even more connected to the local needs, which we can support through our communication channels at all levels of government. And while it's not a side note, our application, like I say, for accreditation was submitted in April. We are waiting to hear the results of that application and whether we have additional work to do, or we will be recognized for meeting the rigorous standard of chamber excellence through the Chamber Accreditation Council of Canada. The Finance Committee has spent the past few years working through multiple transitions to support more accurate and transparent reporting. With the addition of a treasurer to the executive with Jeanette Sergio, she's already provided some dedicated support and initiated an enhanced reporting program to assist the board with their responsibility to fulfill their fiduciary duties through financial oversight. We did recover successfully from the loss in revenue due to proration in 2019 and the write-offs of outstanding memberships. And I would say we had our greatest year in growth in members with 35 this past year. So that ends my report. I want to thank everyone for their work, and certainly we have pivoted on a regular basis, and I thank the board and our membership for their support.
Thanks very much, Jill, for that. And I'm going to call on Anthony to provide a report on membership, if I could, please.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Jill. Great report. Anthony Callahan here. I am your first vice president this year. Last year, I was second vice, and I was head of the membership committee. So I will be giving a little update on the membership for 2020. So in 2020, coincidentally, we had shifted to a January renewal schedule. This was very helpful in collecting and confirming our membership base and revenue prior to the pandemic hitting in March. We invoiced a total of 460 members over the course of 2020, and we had over a 90% retention rate come December. For those who did not renew, majority of them were businesses that closed, sold, moved, but we also had a good number who were directly impacted by the virus. A small number didn't see value or didn't feel they could participate actively. And then there's always a few that can't be reached, so we never really know why they didn't stay on as members. Our retention rate for 2020 was higher than the average of our fellow Ontario and Canadian Chamber members. We did raise membership rates for the January 2020 renewals since we had not done so in over 6 years. There is obviously no interest in considering this for 2021. So our retention rate for 2021 is over 85%, with the goal to reach 90% again. We've also gained 42 new members over the past year. It is my pleasure to recommend the ratification of these new members. Now, as an update to our activity in the past few months, the 2021 membership guide was developed and distributed to all active members as of February. The member-to-member program that features discounts from local members has been growing, and we've recently implemented a digital membership card. These cards are available to all employees of our members, and it is one way an employer can extend the benefits of a chamber membership to their teams. There are over 30 local businesses featured on our member-to-member program, and they are offering savings on everything from food to fitness. We strongly encourage our members to add more employees to their list of representatives in order to receive our communications and invitations to other chamber activities. Our weekly chamber chat reaches over 950 people, and we hope to grow that number with both new members and the addition of representatives from our existing members. Active representatives ensures the chamber understands your needs better, as well as we can also be your true voice of business. So our staff continues to engage members with information sessions through Zoom or other platforms. While we are very excited the membership appreciation mingle could be held in person, we had 75 attend last August. But we are very thrilled with the registration to our President's Dinner in February. We had over 175 people who ordered dinner and joined us on our virtual cruise for our 4th annual Cornerstone Award celebration. This was an event unlike any other. Aside from a few technical glitches, which are inevitable with that many people online, we thought this event went very well, and the majority of feedback we've heard was very positive. Thank you to all who joined us there. All in all, considering the hand we were dealt with for most of 2020 and continue into 2021, we've made the most of what we could. We are very much looking forward to the day we can connect and mingle in person again. It is finally feeling like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, like Peter mentioned. Thank you to all our members who have stuck with us and supported the chamber during these troubling times. Our goal is to continue to be a valuable resource for you, and we hope every member feels comfortable reaching out to the membership committee or any board or staff member of the chamber for that matter. We can help navigate COVID restrictions. We are your voice of business at all levels of government, and we're here to help you in any way we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anthony, for that very good comprehensive report. That's appreciate that. So next, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the reports. If I could have a motion for
And
that.
Sean Stickle has moved that motion and
Okay.
seconded by Wendy Keller.
Okay, great.
So I
And-
will be just launching this poll. And it is launching now. So if you could please put in your vote. I'll just give it a moment. And 19. I think that's where we're at. Looks like 100%. Yay. So that's great. Thank you very much. There we go. And we'll on to the next one.
Perfect, carried. Good, all right. So the next, we're having a presentation on new members. Staff has prepared a PowerPoint with that to communicate to new members. I just want to say that, I mean, Lisa has done a great job in the last year, you know, really through some very tough times. I mean, it's not easy going out there every day and you know, asking people for money, and likewise Susan looking for money for sponsorships and that sort of thing, and asking people for. So I mean, it's, you know, it's a tough job and at the best of times, but during a pandemic, I mean, it's pretty remarkable what they managed to go through, because I mean, it takes somebody with, you know, the kind of sensitivity and being respectful to the situation everybody's going through, and navigating that, and certainly we rely on the support of our membership to survive. But I mean, obviously we recognize that the survival of our members is what's key to making it work for everybody. So thanks a lot for that, Lisa, and I'll let you.
Thank you, Peter.
And because Lisa was so important in getting all these people on board, I'm going to let her go ahead. I'll start this. And if you want to read out the names, just so we have an actual recording,
sure.
that'd be great.
Sure. So new members, we had 42 applications. 35 members will be moved forward for ratification. We've got a new member, Alaire Holmes. Amanda Newman is the primary rep. Belleville Pregnancy and Family Care Center, Buy Stuff Store, Clador Industrial Supply, CDS Aggregates. We've got Countryside Business Services, County Transport. We've got DM Plumbing, Heating and Refrigeration, Deadeye Axe Throwing, Dynamic Self, Hampton Inn, I believe Blair's on the call, High End Carpenters. I've had the good fortune to use them over the last little while, so highly recommended. Huntington House B&B, that went by quick. Integrity Investigation, JDS Express, L'Auberge de France. I'm sure most of us know that. Laura Shorey, Executive Coaching, Little Italy, one of our newest restaurants, Lee's Allen Insurance, Major Mops, Commercial Cleaning, Manicam Medical Professional Corp, Myers Creek Brewing, I think Greta's on, Never Been Cleaner, North Shore HR Consulting Incorporated, Occasions by the Bay. We've got One Wild Voice, is a marketing agency, Over the Rainbow Farm, wonderful venue, Plan A, Professional Physiotherapy and Sports Clinic, Rosewood Tax and Bookkeeping, Royal Haveli, Santa Claus, we all love Santa Claus, and Six Trends Digital Agency, Summers Generator Systems, Sugar Mama's Bake Shop, Terra Lions, associated with Royal LePage, Trust Beverages, and Turf Bots, our newest member. So please support local chamber members whenever you can, not only as part of our member-to-member program, but take a look at our directory whenever you can and support. Okay.
That's great. Appreciate that. And I mean, I'm just amazed at the diversity and the mix of members and businesses that we've got. And I think that's, you know, really where our strength is. I mean, just being able to have such diversity and such a good, strong mix in the community of.
It is nice. No matter what you need, chances are we have a member that can help you out.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important, and it's great to see. So, all right, so I'm going to ask for a call for the ratification of the new members. If I could have a motion for that.
Yep, the moved by Maxine Holland, Preferred Personal Care, seconded by Dale Ford. And I will just put the poll. There we go. If everyone can put in their vote, please. And there are a lot of yays, which is great. I think we'll give 1 second. And I think we are good. End that poll. Share the results. As you can see, it is 100%.
Perfect. Great. Carried.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so next on the agenda, we'll have a presentation of our financial statements. Jeanette, if you could go through that for us, that'd be great. Thank you.
Sure, and I will bring them up if you want, Jeanette.
Thanks, Peter. While Jill's pulling them up, hi everyone. I'm a new member of the board and the treasurer this year. I'm excited to be here with everybody. All right, so these are our financial statements. Our fiscal year end is December 31st, 2020. The financial statements have been reviewed by Welch & Company as appointed at our last year's AGM. They've been presented first to the Finance Committee by our appointed reviewer from Welch & Company. The Finance Committee then recommended their approval to the board. The board has reviewed the financial statements and through my report to them has directed me to make a motion to accept the financial statements following my presentation. I'll open to the floor to questions following that presentation. So, all right, if we could go to the next page, Jill. So as I mentioned, our financial statements are reviewed by Welch. So this is our independent practitioners review engagement report. It goes through management's responsibility for the financial statements. So that would be ours, as well as then Welch's responsibilities for reviewing the financial statements. We received a clean, which is an unmodified opinion. That's what you want to have. So that's at the very front of our financial statements. So if we could go to the next page, Jill. So this is our statement of financial position for the year. We increased our cash to just over 200,000 last year. Our accounts receivable have come down, reaping the rewards of our focus on accounts receivable collection. Our prepaid expenses have increased year over year due to putting deposits down on events that unfortunately due to COVID, we weren't able to have in 2020, but hope to have in 2021 or the future. So we'll use those deposits there. So that's really the important parts of our assets, which were a total of 230,000. And then looking at our liabilities, the major change here is in deferred revenue. So we received some sponsorships in 2020 for events that we hope to hold in 2021 or the future, and we'll use those sponsorships then. And then we also have new long-term debt this year, which is the Canada Emergency Business Account loan. So that will be repaid in 2022. And then next page, Jill. So looking at our statement of operations this year, our event revenues and sponsorships have gone down this year related to COVID-19. We've declined related to our ability to hold events, and you'll also see a corresponding decrease in our event expenses as well. Our membership revenue is up this year due to our shift to the January renewal schedule, as Jill and Anthony touched on before. And we also have the new revenue source this year of government assistance related to wage subsidies and the Canada Emergency Business Loan forgivable portion of the loan. So we ended the year with an excess of revenue over expenditures of just over 35,000, which is a recovery from our prior year loss from our accounts receivable cleanup and the switch to the January renewal schedule. Statement of cash flows really just shows how we built up our cash during the year. The main focus is, we had an excess of revenue of expenditures over 35,000. We also had positive changes in our working capital, really, which shows at 94,000. And we also had the cash flow from the Canada Emergency Business Loan. So that shows the increase of about 120,000. So the rest of this, we have the notes to the financial statements. So the rest of the financial statements go through talking about the purpose of the chamber, our significant accounting policies, give some additional detail on some certain line items. I won't go through these in any detail, but I think at this time, I'll open up the floor to any questions if anyone has any.
If anyone has any questions and they'd like to raise their hand, I can allow them to speak. Take a look. Give that a minute for anybody to think about that.
There was a question from Maxine about zooming in. Is there something that, there's a question about prepaid expenses, I guess.
Okay.
Do you
All right.
want me to answer that, or do you want to go ahead
You
today?
want-
Oh, it's okay, Jill, if you'd like to.
So what happened last year, and this is related to our city events contract, we had paid deposits with entertainment that was expected to attend our waterfront festival. And due to the cancellation of that, we let the deposits rest. We didn't ask for it to be paid back because we expect to have them back this year. And we've already contracted with them to attend different events for 2021.
Okay. So Maxine, if that answers that question, if you have other questions, just raise your hand or put them in the chat. I'll give it a moment. I don't see any other questions. Jill, are you? I don't see anybody.
No, I don't see anything there. So I think we're good. I'll just open back up and I can switch back to. So is there anything else on the documents here that you want to reference?
No, I don't believe so. A lot of it's just some extra detail that like I said, supports some of the numbers. So we've got, a capital asset note, we've got some information on our Canada Emergency Business Account loan, some information. There's a standard note related to COVID-19 that's on the screen right now that is being put in almost all financial statements at this point because COVID-19 is impacting all businesses. And this just gives an impact. It gives an overview of COVID-19 for sort of historical purposes, as well as outlines the government assistance that I discussed before.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I will go back to the agenda. So there they are. And so then go ahead.
All right, I'll now call the motion to approve the 2020 financial statements. Can I have someone second that motion?
Okay, Bruce Mackey from Mackey Insurance made the motion, seconded by Greg Suds. And I will launch the poll. Give me just one moment. And the poll is now available to you if you'd like to put in your votes. Just give it a second more. Okay. 3, 2, 1. We are. Looks like we're good to go.
Hey.
There we go. Everybody good with that? And I will stop the share. 100%. Yay. Okay.
Okay. Carried.
All right, and now I'll call a motion to appoint Welch and Company as our accountants to conduct the annual review for 2021.
Okay.
One second that motion.
John Charette will move that motion. We do need a seconder. Bruce Mackey will second that motion. And I will launch the poll. Hang on for one moment. And if you can take a moment to put in your votes.
It's great to see our active members on the chat there.
Yeah, that's great. Looks like we are good. And Peter, there is your results. It looks like 100%. Yay.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Carried.
Perfect.
Yes. Well, thanks very much for that, Jeanette. I have to say, Jeanette, I mean, your reports make it so easy to follow, and the clarity and thoroughness of them has really been nice to have on the board and as a board, and being able to follow along and actually your insight and being able to forecast or look ahead to see where things are, so we can get a clear picture of what's going on. And I think as the report shows, the chamber is in a pretty solid position, and going forward, and that's going to allow us to really service our members well, I think, going forward. So I'm going to call for any additional motions or questions from the floor. If there's anyone that wants to bring forward any questions or information or that we can respond to. Thanks.
You can either put your comments in the chat, you can raise your hand, and we'll allow you to talk.
Well, while we're waiting, I just want to also extend my thanks to the staff this year. Susan has had to pivot more than once as we tried to make good on the contracts with the city regarding our events, and we have certainly been commended on many occasions by the city for our efforts to do so. So that really goes as a tip off to Susan for all the hard work and her resilience as she feels that she can't do what she's best at, but she's done an amazing job. I also want to welcome Anna. She had just joined the chamber last May, and she has done a phenomenal job building up a virtual experience around Discover Belleville with Instagram and Facebook and developing our website and this year's Discover Guide. So it's been a pleasure to have her here. And of course, Lisa has just made such a difference with regard to the energy and enthusiasm that she puts towards our members. So I just want to certainly pass that on.
I
Great.
say thank you. So it doesn't look like we have any questions from the floor at this time.
And thanks, Maxine, for your comment there. That's really appreciated.
Yeah. And I appreciate everybody's participation, and I appreciate everybody that that prepared reports. Thank you very much. So hopefully that provides the membership a good overview of the past year, and things going forward. I think look pretty strong and solid, that we can continue to service our members, and we're looking forward to opening up and being able to engage and interact together again, and put on events and do all the things that we would normally be able to do. And I think I'm really hopeful. I just went out this before the meeting just to get a couple of keys cut, and like nowhere can I get a couple of keys cut, and it's just like how simple little things like that we just normally take for granted, that hopefully we can get back to, and just get things back on track and move forward as a business community and as a community in general. So really appreciate everybody joining in with us today. And if I can ask for a motion to adjourn.
Sean is made that motion. We just need a seconder.
You don't really, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, we don't. It's the motion to adjourn. Okay, I'm going to launch this final poll. Hang on.
Anybody who ordered lunch enjoyed it. I am so hungry smelling my lunch here.
Okay, the poll is up. And we'll just give it a moment. So far, it's 100%.
Nobody wants
And
to
oh,
stay on.
sounds lunch was fabulous. If you did get a pre-order for lunch and you want to put how you liked it in the chat, we appreciate that. We always give feedback to our participating restaurants, and it looks like we are good. And Mr. Kempenaar, you should be able to see the results.
Yep, perfect, 100%. Okay, I don't think we need to vote on adjourning, but that's great that we did. So,
No.
but okay, have a great day, everyone, and thanks for participating and joining in. And I'm gonna have to go see if I can hunt down my meal. I just didn't get a chance to go get it.
Oh, Peter, if
Yeah.
if you tell me where you are, Greg said he'll deliver it to you.
Oh, he did. I'll go
He
get it.
did. He just emailed me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at my office, but yeah, that'd be great if you could. But,
I will email him right now. He just emailed me and said, I'll deliver it.